Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for January 10th, 2025. And unlike the last 2 weeks, I actually have new arrivals to show you. It's the first week of the year where we're actually getting back to the normal schedule of having new arrivals. Technically, there's a couple that came out on Christmas, week of the Christmas and week of the New Year. But for instance, I don't think Universal even shipped anything last week because there was a couple of titles that were supposed to come out last week that I didn't even get until the beginning of this week. So we've got a decent new arrival video to show you guys. A lot of the Start Your Ear Off Right titles came in as well. But also this is the first week where they've announced a load of pre-orders. Again, they are getting back into the full swing of things. Starting with Mobile Fidelity. They're doing a Miles Davis, My Funny Valentine, 33 RPM on super vinyl. To be announced, but again, Mobile Fidelity not doing things like they did in the past. Things do not get announced years in advance. Typically with these announcements, although they're to be announced technically, it seems like about 2 to 3 months is the timeline of when things are actually hitting the store. New OJC title, this is a good one. Miles Davis, Walkin'. I'm loving the OJC series. It's all analog, cut by mostly Kevin Gray. But Matt Luthans is doing more and more of them at Coherent as well. They're fantastic as well. They're also doing the Musings of Miles. Both of those come out April 18th. Another OJC, another good title. Joe Pass, Virtuoso. And they're also doing the Incredible Jazz Guitar of Wes Montgomery. Both of those come out February 28th. Thelonious Monk himself, OJC, March 28th. A lot of good jazz pre-orders. The Bluesville Acoustic Sound Series, we've got Mississippi John Hurts today, and Lonnie Johnson's Blues and Ballads. Both come out February 28th. We put a new Analogue Productions pre-order on the website. That is the Hotspot, Original Motion Picture Soundtrack. This is a title that they did years and years ago. It's been out of print, God, at least 10 or 15 years. It's been out of print a long, long time. It looks like they're bringing it back. I'm pretty sure that was a 45 the first time around as well. I could be wrong, but it's been a long, long time. Even when I opened up the shop, that wasn't a available title, but I have it in my collection, but I think it's a 45 as well. I could be wrong. We've got Celia Cruz's Sun Con Guancano, March 7th. Lola Young, This Wasn't Meant for You Anyways. The regular and indie exclusive coming out February 7th, and the Horrors. Nightlife, so the album's Nightlife, and we've got the regular and indie exclusive. Also, it's been a couple of months, but I'm starting to do Whatnots again. I've got an auction, just like a little miniature auction. I'm going to do it this Thursday, later today at 5 o'clock Arizona time. Click the link below, it'll take you right to it. I'm doing about 30 items. I've got a few Japanese pressings, some Beatles stuff. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Just kind of a small smattering of things. I'm going to be doing a first pressing auction again, an all Japanese auction coming up in the near future. I haven't worked it out, but I've got most of the stuff ready for those auctions. But we're going to start off by just kind of getting it going, creeping back up. You know, the holidays are done. We'll do one later today at 5 o'clock Arizona time. Click the link below. Okay. From Analogue Productions, we've got Genesis, A Trick of the Trail. And I've already started ultrasonically cleaning these for customers. And I gotta say, I haven't listened to it yet, but holy cow, these covers are like really it's funny because Analogue Productions over the years, so Analogue Productions 20 years ago had the lamest covers, the thinnest, flimsiest covers. Then they started going like full stout and tip-on jacket, which are great. And now they're doing like, even like more higher end covers, because now we're still getting the thick Stoughton style tip-on jackets, but we're getting like matte gloss finishes, or you know, we're getting texture covers. Like this has kind of that leathery feel that the original had. Probably put the original, God, was it probably more like a UK pressing on, more like a UK original, but a really awesome cover. I'm looking forward to hearing this. Master and cut 2 lacquer from a 1/4-inch EQ tape copy of the original master tape. Okay, the Blue Note Tone Poets that were supposed to come out last week, but again, Universal did not ship them. Andrew Hill's Grassroots, all analog, cut by Kevin Gray from the original Analog master tape. And we've got the Jazz Crusaders, Freedom Sound. I love, love, love when they do non-blue note tone poets because they are almost always smoking. It's like a tone poet, a blue note tone poet, a lot of them are done. I'm not saying they're bad titles. There really is no, there are no bad titles, but it makes sense to just do everything as a tone poet. I mean, that's my logic anyways. Blue Note, such a killer label. If it hasn't been reissued recently, it should be a tone poet. But it seems like they really go above and beyond when it comes to the non-blue note stuff. They're really looking for like the special nuggets. From Rhino, as a Start Your Ear Off Right title, but these are really just Rhino hi-fi titles. These are the Rhino hi-fi titles of ZZ Top. These are the breakouts from the first box set. All analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. We've got the first album, Rio Grande Mud. Tres Hombres, which seems to be the one that everybody is picking up 2-1. I mean, I guess it has LaGrange on it. I guess maybe folks are going for the hit. But I think, God, these first 5 albums are fantastic, all of them, truth be told. Fandango. Let's see, I don't know, maybe this one's less fantastic. For me, they kind of waned off here and then obviously rebooted their career with Eliminator. Also from a part of the Start Your Ear Off Right series from Rhino, we've got the Lindsey Buckingham box set. So this is essentially a box set that includes Law and Order, Go Insane, Out of the Cradle, and like a Rarities disc. Ooh, the Rarities has Holiday Road on it. Go Insane, Extended Remix, Slow Dancing, Extended Remix. Go Insane is, I love the record. It's a fantastic, I don't want to say it's one of my favorite records, but it really is up there on the list of records that I play quite frequently. It has a very 80s sound to it, which I kind of dig. It has, I mean, when you put that record on, you're like, this was recorded in the 80s, and it just has that vibe. But one of the coolest things about the record is it's a locked groove, but it's not like Sgt. Pepper to where it's just like some random noise in the locked groove. It's actually a beat. And the way the record ends, if you've not listened to it before, the record ends with like a riff that plays for about 30 seconds. But when it gets to the run-out groove, that riff just keeps playing. And if you didn't realize it, you could be listening to that thing for 10 minutes and not realize you've actually reached the end of the record. And then when you flip the record over and you start again on, it's Play in the Rain. It continues by continuing that riff. It's super cool. It can only be done on vinyl. It would not be nearly as impactful on CD. But I hope that was continued on this. I don't know if they did that, but they really should have. Anybody got this box set, or when you buy this box set, let me know if that's something that they put on the new reissue. Ringo Starr's Look Up, featuring 11 new songs. It's been a while, I feel like, since we've got a Ringo LP. We've gotten a lot of EPs, but not a lot of LPs. From Rhino, Start Your Ear Off Right, we've got Dream Theater's Images and Words on clear vinyl. Falling into Affinity, more Dream Theater on clear vinyl. We've got The Beat, Special Beat Service on silver vinyl. This is another absolutely fantastic record. Speaking of 80s, and also Save It for Later was covered by Pete Townsend. Pete Townsend did it on a couple live shows. I think Off the Deep End, he played it. And I think there's a music video. It's either Pete Townsend or Sting. I remember a music video from the 80s where one of them's wearing a English Beat shirt. This is the Rhino Start Your Ear Off Fleetwood Mac live from the record plant. This was actually exclusive to the box set, and the only way you could get this was buy the box set, but it took a couple of years, but now we've got a breakout of just this. You don't have to get the whole box. Although the box is fantastic, and the box that it came in, it's the pre-Lindsey Buckingham, Stevie Nicks albums, all analog. I want to say it's cut by Chris Spellman or Bernie Grumman, and it's on my top 100 imprint analog records you should own list. The Ramones, Too Tough to Die, Start Your Ear Off Right title, And we've got the Ramones, Halfway to Sanity. The Ramones, Brain Drain. All these are Start Your Ear Off Right titles. This is a title for some reason that we didn't get till recently. This is Out of, let's say, Motion 1. The name of the band is Out of Into. Somebody recommended this to me. It's a Blue Note title that I just wasn't familiar with, and somebody came in and asked for it. And I was like, what? There's a Blue Note title that I don't have in stock? So now we do. Merle Funkhauser and his trusty HMS Bounty, Things. This is actually, I dig this. This is done by Gerson. I have an original of this. I liked it so much, I started buying other Merle Funkhauser projects. And actually, the last record to get, there's a record called Farkdopoly. And I ended up, this is about 10 years ago. I was online looking for it one day, and I actually found Merle, I think he was living in Hawaii, selling sealed copies. He had sealed copies of Farkdopoly. It's like $1,000 record. And I ended up buying it from him. And it was kind of funny too, because he didn't take paper. Like, I had to mail him an actual check. He didn't take any sort of electronic payment, but I mailed it off to Hawaii. It came back, and unfortunately, he opened it and signed it, which I kind of would have preferred that not to be the case. I find rare records from indie, from small artists, I think they're better just to have a nice mint original. If it's a Beatles record you want it signed, there's some guys you want to sign the records, but yeah. Mew Mew. Another psychedelic record that I've had in the store once, years ago. These are all Gerson titles. Sunlight, Creation of Sunlight. Some of them I'm familiar with. I'm not a huge psych buff, but yeah. Dantilan's Chariot Rising. Top-notch UK psychedelia with West Coast influences. Another Gerson title. Devo. We've got Recombo DNA. This is a 4 LP, not quite a box set, but 4 LP set. 4 LPs and a mini CD. This is the limited Big Mess color vinyl. On Futurismo. Fu Manchu. The Return of Tomorrow. Moana 2. Let's see. Featuring all new songs. Childish Gambino. Ada Vista. Ada Vista includes the singles Time featuring Ariana Grande. Isaiah Hayes. Hot Butter Singles, 1969 to 1972. Hello, children. This is, let's see, mastered by Duncan Cowell at Sound Mastering. That's cool that they put, not familiar with his work, but it's cool that it's on there. Planix Tea. Let's see. Tom Astley says it is the most meaningful work of music he's ever heard. Let's see. Oh, Sierra Leone. I saw them open for the Rolling Stones here in Phoenix. This was the opening act. This is like very traditional, like Mexican music with like a full like tuba, accordion, but also more like in the pop vein. It was actually pretty good. There was 3 opening acts for the Rolling Stones here in Phoenix, and these guys were by far and away the best. It was actually a really good show of music that I wouldn't traditionally listen to, but this was it was a fun show. And from what I heard from people that were there, it was a pretty big act too, because I guess they were playing the basketball arena a couple of weeks after that, which, you know, itself is a very large venue. Matter of fact, I've seen the Stones in that exact venue. So, yeah. Ding corner. Fatland Calvary. Flatland Forever. We've got Cataclysm, in the Arms of Devastation. It's funny how much metal we actually get. And I gotta say, it's the genre that collectively at the in-group we know the absolute least about. But we seem to get a ridiculous amount of metal here. Pelican, Nighttime Stories. On Southern Lord. And we have Vienna, Vienna, Wonderland. This is a 12-inch EP. Ooh, Cal Jader's Latin Kick. This is a restock of an OJC that we sold out of pretty quickly last time around. Some of these might be restocked. Ooh, Alanis Morissette. This is actually a fantastic sounding pressing of it, cut by Chris Bellman. Used to be advertised as cut from the original Analog master tape. Sounds fantastic. Half of the album was recorded digitally, and then they took the DAT tapes. It was weird. When I first started talking about that record, I had to do a lot of research because the recording techniques was weird. They would record something digitally and then transfer it over analog because they liked the sound of it. But it is a fantastic sounding record. Okay, J. Cole's 2014 Forest Hill Drives, 10th anniversary edition on green vinyl. This record has been the absolute bane of my existence the past week because this is reissued on forest green vinyl with exclusive anniversary poster, according to this hype sticker. But it seems like half the copies we got the last time around were actually inside red vinyl. Yeah. It's quite a mess up, but yes, I had to deal with that for a couple of weeks. Yeah, it's maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. From my top 100 imprint analog records you should own, Curtis Mayfield's Superfly. This is all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. It sounds fantastic. Disc 1. Disc 2, I'm sure, is digital. It's a bunch of bonus material, and it also comes with a slip mat. How in the world these things are not sold out, I don't know. I moved through a lot of these. This thing sounds fantastic. This is a fantastic record, fantastic soundtrack. They just knocked it out of the park. Run Out Groove did a couple of titles. They did some Monkees titles by Kevin Gray, which also sound fantastic. Knock Loose, A Different Shade of Blue. Lana Del Rey, Chemtrails Over the Country Club. She's got a new country album coming out pretty soon. Looking forward to it personally. And Childish Gambino's Because of the Internet. I don't think we've had this in a while. But these last couple, all restocks. All of these are available online at theingroove.com. And I will see you guys later today on Whatnot. Until next time.